Other news, hundreds of people queued up both at the presidential palace and at City Hall here in Paris today to pay their respects to the former president Jacques Chirac, who died on Thursday morning. Well, Chirac, who served as president from 1995 to 2007, was 86 years old. Well, Monday will be a national day of mourning here in France, where Chirac's political opponents have been paying tribute to him, hailing his charm, and also how he stood up to Washington in 2003 by opposing the Iraq war. Well, France 24's Thameen Al-Kheetan is at the Elysée Palace and joins us now. Just bring us up to speed on what's happening there today, Thameen.
Well, if you can see these people behind me, actually they're just a small part of this big line that is extending to outside the palace of the Elysée Palace. There are actually hundreds of people who are waiting. Some of them have to wait 2 hours maybe to get to the entrance hall of the Elysée Palace and sign these condolence books. That was the case last night also, where almost 700 people could actually sign these condolence books. We were talking to some of them, and one man told me he actually admires the foreign policy that Jacques Chirac had, and especially the moment where he stood against the war on Iraq. Even if he doesn't really agree with all of his policies inside France, he finds that Jacques Chirac was really a very charismatic president. I spoke to one lady who's 50 years old and who told me that she once actually met with Jacques Chirac in a bar where he was having some drinks with some friends, and she heard Jacques Chirac saying that he wanted to do more to help old people and retired people in France, and she says it was very touching to actually hear the president say these words. She also says that she was in front of a man who is very funny, who likes to drink, to have fun, so he's pretty much like French people, and that's what many French people like about Jacques Chirac. Now, many of these people who are queuing here actually intend to be there on Sunday for the public homage that will take place in the center of Paris.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you, I mean, what more do we know about sort of plans to honour Jacques Chirac, plans for the funeral and so on, Thameen?
The funeral is going to take place on Monday, which is an official mourning day in France. It will start at noon in Paris in the Saint-Sulpice church, because the Notre Dame Cathedral is not able to receive this mass, this funeral, because of the fire that ravaged the cathedral a few months ago. Then the actual burial ceremony will take place in the Montparnasse area in a very closed ceremony, which will not going to be open for media or any people from outside the family of Jacques Chirac.
Okay, well, thank you for that update, Thameen Al-Kheetan at the Elysée Palace. Thank you for bringing us up to speed.